I definitely struggled with thoughts of like, how would I make it work? Can I even do this? But with anything, especially real estate, you really never know until you dive in. And I feel like I've learned so much that I don't regret it at all. Hi, my name's Kayla Strait, and I'm your local realtor with Golden Key Group.
Hey, how's it going today?
Good, how are you?
I am doing really good. Before we dive in, how is life treating you these days?
Going good, pretty good. How are you?
I can't complain, life is life.
Yeah, I hear that.
To someone who doesn't know anything about real estate, how do you describe what you do?
Well, honestly, as a real estate agent, we are so many things in one. We could be therapists, guidance counselors, realtors. Being a real estate agent, we are in this field to help people find their homes. So I'm here to help people, guide people, and ultimately help them make the best decision for their investment.
What first inspired you to get into real estate?
Honestly, that's a pretty loaded question. I've always been very entrepreneurial. I have owned businesses in the past. I was a nail tech at one point, and I kind of never found anything that really aligned with what I wanted to do. So I started looking into real estate, and I kind of felt like I got the best of both worlds. I can own my own business and run it the way I see fit while still being able to help others and ultimately making an impact on other people.
What was going through your mind when you decided to take the leap into real estate?
Excitement, a lot of excitement and a lot of motivation. I debated on getting into real estate for a couple years before I actually did. So when I did finally decide to make the jump, it was just kind of, I jumped in and I got right into it.
What was the debate? Like, what were you debating back and forth?
Honestly, I was just scared. I definitely struggled with thoughts of like, how would I make it work? Can I even do this? But with anything, especially real estate, you really never know until you dive in. And I feel like I've learned so much that I don't regret it at all.
Do you remember the very first real estate deal and what was going through your head at that time?
Yeah, my very first deal came from my sphere. So she was a family member. It was her and her significant other at the time. And I remember being so extremely nervous, but I actually handled it very well. Our offer was accepted over multiple other offers, one of them being cash and over asking. Luckily, I had my mentor, Austin, there to give a call whenever I have a question. So I was definitely nervous, but we got it done.
How important was your mentor, Austin, in that process?
Extremely important. If there is anything that I don't know or I need help with, which I don't come across often, but if I do, I can call him right then and there. It could be 7 a.m., it could be 2 a.m. If I have a question or my client needs something and I can't answer it or I can't get the information, I can call him. Mentorship is so important in real estate.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think mentorship is really important in any endeavor you're taking.
Absolutely.
Take a shortcut. Why learn everything yourself? Somebody else already been through it.
Absolutely. And why not learn from somebody with real experience instead of just like what ifs?
What did your early days as a new agent teach you about the business?
Most importantly, consistency really is key. You need to be consistent and you need to come off confident. I don't care if it's your first day in real estate or your 10th year in real estate. If you are not being consistent and you don't sound or seem confident, it's not going to work.
What do you love most about what you do right now?
The endless opportunity and the endless opportunity for growth as well. I learn something new every single day. I work with agents who have been in real estate for 10, 20 years, and they are still learning something new every single day. It's really a great field to get into if you are looking for something where you can truly grow and learn in.
Let's get into Kayla's origin story. What kind of neighborhood did you grow up in, and what do you remember most about it?
I grew up downriver, so like Southgate, Taylor area. For me personally, when I was growing up, we were always outside. It's not like nowadays where kids are on the phones all the time. We were outside on our bikes and be home before the streetlights come on.
What kind of kid were you growing up? Were you outgoing, curious, quiet, creative?
Like I said, I spent a lot of time outside, but internally I was very shy. I did have a little bit of a rougher upbringing, so I tend to shut myself out a lot. But as far as who I truly was, I would say outgoing, but very shy, very timid.
When you think back on those childhood summers or weekends as a kid, what do you remember most?
Riding our bikes around the neighborhood. It was it was actually crazy because all the kids in the neighborhood would come out. So it would almost look like we were having like a bike marathon down our streets.
That's pretty cool. Do you remember what kind of bike you had?
A mongoose, a purple mongoose.
I always wanted a mongoose when I was younger. I got like an off-brand mongoose, but not like a mongoose.
Yeah, before I got that one, my mom got me like a dirt bike. So I was like riding my little dirt bike through the neighborhood.
How far were you allowed to travel on your bike?
Around the block. That was it. I didn't listen, but technically around the block.
What kind of music did you listen to as a kid?
My mom raised us on Eminem and Kid Rock and Carrie Underwood, but Eminem and Kid Rock were like her little boyfriends growing up.
Who was your favorite artist as a kid?
I really didn't listen to much music. I mostly listened to what my mom was playing. Now, when I got into high school, I definitely picked up a liking for more like rap and hip hop. I really like Jhené Aiko, Trey Songz, people like that.
What did you like about the artists that you just named?
Jhené Aiko, I really like her lyrics. And other than that, I listen to music more so for like the beat, maybe if I can relate to what they're like singing or rapping about, whatever the case may be. But I'm mostly like a beat and rhythm type of person.
So can you dance?
Sure. I can do anything I put my mind to.
I love it. Did you have a job as a teenager?
Yeah, I started working on my 16th birthday. I started at a Tim Hortons in Southgate. A couple years went by. I moved up to management. I've worked ever since. I've never went a day without a job. I've been in customer service for almost 11 years now. I've been in real estate this is my second year. Yeah, I've worn many hats, actually.
How old were you when you became manager at Tim Hortons?
18. On my 18th birthday, I was promoted. I was doing some managing responsibilities before then, but before I could legally become a manager, I was 18 when it went on paper.
So it sounds like your birthday was a lot of milestones. You first started working on your 16th birthday, and then you became manager on your 18th birthday.
Because my birthday was always holding me back. I had to wait.
Do you have a late birthday?
Yeah, September. End of September at that.
Got it.
So I was always the youngest in my class and all that.
Understood. What did being a manager at Tim Hortons teach you?
Everything. Responsibility, accountability. Before I became a manager at Tim Hortons, I don't even know how they made me a manager because I was late every day. But it definitely taught me accountability, responsibility, consistency, and which, funny enough, are all things that I use today in my real estate career.
Looking back now, as an adult, what do you think they seen in you to make you the manager?
When I was there, things got done and they got done correctly. Yes, I was late, but they knew once I got there, the job was going to get done and it was going to get done correctly.
What did you imagine you'll grow up to be? What was your dream job when you were a teenager?
When I was younger, I wanted to go into psychology. I wanted to be a forensic psychologist specifically. It just kind of changed over time. I grew different interests, and obviously there's not a lot of money in psychology. So I said, never mind.
I completely understand that. There's a lot of jobs out here that are nice and they're good for your soul and et cetera, but there's no money to them. And we need money to survive, especially nowadays. Everything costs like $1 million.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't necessarily advocate for people to get into a career solely because of the money, but if you can have best of both worlds, why not, right?
I totally agree. Was there anybody who seen something in you or poured into you early as a child before maybe you seen that in yourself?
Yes and no. There was definitely like outside factors that made me realize I could do certain things that I thought I couldn't. But for the most part, a lot of my motivation and encouragement came from myself, just because that's really all I had growing up. I had like my mom and my sisters, but they were dealing with their own things. So a lot of my motivation and my determination came from sitting alone with myself.
What do you think your upbringing taught you that still shows up in your approach or life in business?
Everybody goes through something. You cannot let it hold you back, no matter how deep it is, because something that's happening to me could be nothing, but if it happens to you, it could be the end of your world. You know what I mean? I don't think you should let the things that you go through hold you back from anything ever or let it define you. You should always use every experience, good or bad, and take it and learn from it.
I totally agree with that. I remember I was listening to a podcast a while ago, and I forgot the exact quote. I wish I remembered it, but he was saying that you don't introduce yourself like, hey, I'm such and such, and I got in a bad car accident, right? And that's the same thing you do with the trauma. If you bring that trauma with you all the time, then you can never get past it. Yes, it happened to you as a part of your upbringing, your character, etc. But you can't let that be the defining thing of you. Like, you can't now become your trauma.
Absolutely.
So, I totally agree.
Yeah. And you kind of use it to dictate what direction you're going to go in, right? Like, are you going to take something positive out of this, or is it now going to be your little pity party just for you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. Not to go too many side things, but it was a quote when I was a kid, or antidote, I should say. This has always stuck with me. And they said they interviewed two twins, and they said, hey, you're a successful doctor, blah, blah, blah. Why did you become a successful doctor? And he said, because my parents were alcoholics. And then they went to the brother and they said, hey, you're alcoholic. Why are you alcoholic? He said, because my parents were alcoholics.
Yep.
So they had the same upbringing, same thing, but one used it as an excuse, the other one used it as motivation.
Yep.
So I totally agree with you.
Absolutely.
What helps you unwind after a long day of showings and phone calls?
I literally just go home and spend time with my family. Like, I shut the world off. I turn my laptop off. If I even do actually turn my laptop off, it's not often that I'm not doing something regarding to my business. But I like to spend time with family. I watch TV. Like, I got to watch the new season of Selling Sunset that just came out. But that's pretty much what I do with my free time. Maybe grab some food, go shopping.
So walk me through a perfect day, a perfect off day for you. Like, what would that look like? Okay.
If I was truly off and not doing real estate, I would probably wake up and go get Starbucks like I do every day. It's a bad habit. I probably hang out with my nephew for a little bit. I spend a lot of time with him. Go see my other nieces and nephews. Maybe hang out with my fiance for a little bit if he's not working too. And then lay in bed and binge watch TV and eat food. And go shopping if it's a perfect day.
I love it. How do you like to spend the time with the people closest to you? So I know it sounds like family is really important to you. How do you like to spend that time?
I like quality over quantity. So even if we're just kind of in the house watching movies, hanging out, I'm cool with that. Or sometimes I'll plan like activities. Like for Halloween, me and my fiance, we painted pumpkins. Christmas, we'll probably paint a gingerbread house. And doing activities with the family is fun too. I take my nieces and nephews to the cider mills all the time. So really it could look different, whether it's chilling at home or going and doing an activity together.
Makes a lot of sense. Do you have any hobbies outside of real estate and family?
Does shopping count?
It's a habit.
No, I mean, I use like arts and crafts as like a stress reliever kind of. So sometimes I'll buy like adult coloring books and just kind of take 30 minutes to myself to help relieve some stress that way.
All right, so now you have to inform my ignorance. What is an adult coloring book?
It's a coloring book, but for adults. So it's not like cartoon. Like they make some that have like cuss words in it, or other ones that are just like more complex patterns instead of like a Mickey Mouse coloring book.
Gotcha. If someone grabbed your phone right now and hit play, what kind of playlist would they find?
A lot of rap and a lot of country. So probably songs. I've been really listening to Maria the Scientist lately. So she would probably pop up. A little bit of country. I know She's Country by Jason Aldean is probably one of the first ones on there. Yeah, a lot of country, a lot of rap, a lot of hip hop.
What personal values guide how you live your life, both inside and outside of work?
Be kind always. As I said earlier, you never know what somebody's going through, so you should always be kind. Something you say to someone could be the last thing they hear for that day, or it could be the first thing they've heard for the day. So always be kind. You don't ever want to make somebody's day worse. You truly never know what somebody's going through. Somebody's mother could have just got out of the hospital. You just never know.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because to your point, some people walk around and you can see what they're going through.
And others you can't.
And then some people, they hide it really well. And you being snippy, snappy, or something like that, and then you just take them over the edge.
Yep.
But to your point, they could have literally just left the hospital from their mother or someone passing away. So
absolutely.
I totally agree with you. When things get challenging, what mindset helps you stay grounded or keep you moving forward?
Give it to God. And I know not everybody is religious. Whoever your higher power is, or whoever or whatever you look up to, sometimes you can set your mind up to think that they're in control of it. So you can only control what you can control. But me personally, I'm going to always give it to God. If I can't handle it, I know He can. So that helps me kind of stay grounded and stay focused and keep moving.
Yeah, I totally agree. Would you consider yourself a faith-based person?
For the most part, yeah.
And then how did you start into kind of your walk into your faith?
Growing up, my mom's kind of centered our childhood around Jesus. We went to church every Sunday. I don't go to church as much anymore, but growing up, we were going to Bible studies, Sunday school, going to church every Wednesday and Sunday. But that was a really big part of my life. And even to this day, my entire family worships God. And I've been through enough to know that I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Him.
I totally agree. Who's had the biggest impact on your life or your mindset? And what did they teach you? Honestly,
not to sound cliche, my fiance, when I got with him, I was young. I was only 16. And he kind of, because of what I was going through when we got together, he kind of showed me almost my potential in a way. There was a lot of things that I was holding myself back from, even though I was working and stuff. I was still holding myself back in certain ways. And he kind of made me realize that I am capable of more than I thought I was, and that I don't need to give up just because I think I can't do it. And even today, I tell people all the time, if you think you can do it, try anyway, because you might be the best that's ever done it. So
it's very true. What do you think, or what are some examples of some things that he kind of pushed you to do to kind of stretch your limits?
Well, like I said, when I was a teenager, I had a bad habit of like being late to things, or even like not going because I don't know, I don't deserve to be there, or I'm not successful enough to be there. And he always pushed me. Like if I woke up late, he was blowing my phone up until I was up. And if I didn't wake up, there was going to be an argument because why didn't you wake up and why didn't you go? So he just kind of really held me accountable for so long that I kind of had no choice but to pick up that habit as well.
Earlier, you spoke a little bit about some of the jobs and careers that you had previously to get into real estate. What do you believe some of those jobs helped you? Did you able to take from those jobs to add into what you do now in real estate?
Number one, being in customer service, that definitely taught me how to talk to people and how to handle certain situations, even read people to see like which direction they're going to go into. Also, accountability, responsibility. Really, everything that comes along with a job we use in the real estate career. It looks different compared to other careers, but accountability, consistency, customer service, because at the end of the day, we are working with people, time management, business management. I have pulled a little bit of everything out of there.
If you had to describe your real estate journey in one word, what would it be and why?
Impactful, because I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about real estate. I've learned a lot about what truly goes into helping people and guiding people through a transaction. It's just been amazing. I've learned so much. I have grown so much as an individual. My business has grown so much since I first started. I've met so many amazing people that I probably would have never been in the same room with had I not started real estate. And that was a lot more than one word, but that's okay.
Well, you gave me one word and then the NY, so that works out perfectly fine. What's something this career has taught you about yourself?
That I'm capable. And it sounds small, but when it comes to like situational awareness, there's a lot of things I didn't think I could do that actually come off almost easy to me that I thought I would have struggled with.
What's a moment in your real estate journey that made you stop and feel really proud?
My first deal, knowing that was my first deal as a brand new agent, And my offer was accepted over multiple other offers, one of them being a cash offer. And I think they were like $30,000 over asking and a cash offer. And the listing agent specifically chose my offer and told me that it was because of my communication, my consistency, and the other small things, like my offer was written very clean and things like that. That made me feel really good because I'm a brand new agent and this is my first deal and I'm up against a cash offer at $30K over asking. And we got accepted and our offer was only at asking. So.
Oh yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Because I probably would have took $30K.
Yeah, no, right. Absolutely. And it was a cash offer. There's no way on that. But yeah, they ended up accepting our offer and the appraisal actually came in lower and they dropped the asking price for us too. So they essentially got even lower. But it was a great offer. I was a great agent that they were working with. The clients were great. So I was very proud of that deal for sure.
How did you celebrate that deal?
Me and my client went out to dinner for drinks, and then me and my fiance, I actually celebrated by using the commission to get a new car because I had a 2008 that I had for 7 years. 7. Sorry. But yeah.
I love it. I actually thought you was about to say it was actually my birthday.
It was my birthday.
Was it really?
Yeah. We closed September 27th and my birthday was September 28th. So
Interesting fact. My birthday is September 28th.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's my birthday. Happy late birthday.
Thank you, Sammy.
Thank you. That's too funny.
That is funny. When you said late September earlier, I was like, I wonder how close her birthday is to mine.
Same day,
There's
actually.
no way I thought it was going to be the same day.
Yeah. That's cool.
How do you make sure your clients always feel informed and supported through the process?
I do daily check-ins, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, especially if we're in the middle of showing homes or submitting an offer, they're going to hear from me a lot. I will also ask my clients every time we see each other in person and every time I talk to them, is there anything you need me to do differently? Is there anything you would like to see me doing more of? And is there anything that I'm doing that you love and you want to make sure I keep doing? So that way kind of all aspects get hit of things that they could have a concern for. And then I also have the chance to explain and fix that before they feel like we're too far gone, basically.
Many people find buying their first home overwhelming. How do you help make the process easier for them? Well,
the number one step is to find a good realtor to work with. But working with the right realtor, there's so many things that could go into that, right? Their communication needs to be good. Their reputation does matter, whether anybody wants to admit that or not. And also just making sure that you are guiding them clearly. So every step explaining what we're doing, why we're doing it, what's the next step, what does that look like? I will always say communication is so, so, so important.
What are the top 3 tips you'll give someone who wants to become a real estate agent?
To become a real estate agent, number 1, do not get in this career if you think it's just going to be easy work and fast money, because it's not. Consistency is key. Interview as many brokerages as you can before you join so that you know you're getting what you need for your business. Because just because I love Golden Key and it fits my business needs, it might not fit your business needs. You know what I mean? And it could be vice versa. It doesn't fit me, but it fits you. And then number 3, don't compare your journey to another realtor's journey. Because what they're doing and where they're at, there's so much hard work and you don't know how much time is behind that you just don't want to compare it. And me as an agent is going to be much different than you as an agent. So just don't ever compare yourself to another realtor's journey. It's your journey for a reason.
I agree with that. Comparison, they say, is a thief of joy.
Absolutely.
Because, the other cliche thing is it took 10 years to become an overnight success, right? So you only knew me today, but it was 10 years of working up to get to that point. So I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
What's one mistake you see new agents make all the time, and how can they avoid it?
I kind of have two. One is a lot of new agents do come into this career thinking that it's going to be, you're going to make, thousands and thousands of dollars right off the bat. And it's just not unrealistic. So I see a lot of new agents get stuck where, okay, I want to be a realtor, but I've already quit my full-time job and I'm paying my monthly fees and my MLS dues. Now I'm broke and I can't do any lead generation because I have no money to do so. And it's kind of like a never-ending vicious cycle. So number one, I would say, be realistic. If you're going to get into real estate, don't expect money to just be handed to you. You've got to put the work in. You have to care enough to work for it. Number two is lack of communication. I haven't lost deals. I've had clients not want to put an offer in on a house simply because the listing agent's not responding to me. And that's nothing on my part. There's nothing I can do about that. So you can lose deals from not communicating efficiently or quickly enough. So communication is very important.
What is something about you that people may not know?
I modeled before I did real estate. I walked in New York Fashion Week and Miami Swim Week. I did a show in Detroit with Ashanti and Saucy Santana. And the first show I ever walked was with Jay Holiday, which is like a 90s R&B singer.
What do you remember about that experience walking with Jay Holiday?
Oh, it was awesome. He was basically performing. So it was like his concert. And then we were walking and showing off the designer's pieces, kind of like walking around the stage around him. So he was in the middle and we were going around. And that was awesome. I remember just feeling like I was on top of the world. Another moment where I thought I wasn't capable, and I was. We did at the Rooster Tail downtown. It was a really good night. It was a really good turnout for sure.
That's pretty cool. How did you make it to Fashion Week?
When I first started modeling, I met a designer out of East Point. Her name was Gina T. She's known as Gina T Fashion. And she was the one who got me in the runway with Jay Holiday, and she was a model coach at the time. So I was going to her studio, and when we would cast for shows, she would basically be training us at the same time. It was like free knowledge. And then I met a friend through there. Her name is Irene. And me and her would go to castings all the time together. And she was reached out to by a agency who knew of a casting for it. We went to the casting. We flew out to New York. We casted. We made it. We did the show. Same thing with Miami. We flew out to Miami. We casted. We made it. And we did the show.
That's pretty cool. It sounds like a cool experience. You have a lot of fun doing it?
Yeah, I did have a lot of fun. I met a lot of really cool people, obviously. Been in rooms with people that I wouldn't have. And I also gained a lot of fun experience out of it. I made some friends through there and all that. And it's even helped with real estate because there's models and designers who reach out to me that I would have never known had I not been into modeling.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How did you get into modeling in the first place?
With everything else that I do, I wanted to, so I did. I started utilizing Instagram, reaching out to designers, Googled what castings, and then I got up, got dressed, and went to the castings, and that was it.
When you transitioned out of modeling, what did you go to?
I modeled, and then I went into, that was kind of when I dove into the corporate world. I realized that the industry just wasn't for me, and obviously I've always been very entrepreneurial, so I became a paralegal, and I did that for maybe a year. It wasn't for me, and at that job, I was studying and taking my real estate course while I was on the clock, and then I got licensed, and I quit that job, and I've been a realtor ever since.
Okay, let's merge the two worlds.
Okay.
If you could design a dream community from scratch, what would it look like? And who would you serve?
I would serve people who are in need, quote unquote, people who maybe need more help. There's a lot of people who don't get the privilege of growing up with people who teach them about taxes and income and all that good stuff. So I would want to serve a community who needs help and guidance. I don't know where else to go from there.
Well, what will be the design in the community? You have an unlimited budget.
There would definitely be lots of, with people being in need, I would do like food drives and stuff like that, and also like shopping centers and restaurants and different like fast food places, and just somewhere where people felt like there was a strong sense of community and people could come together, whether it's, I don't know, family activity days at the park, just like a happy, like tight-knitted little community.
If you could have dinner with any 3 people, living or past, who would they be and what would you want to learn from them?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. I don't know. Maybe my grandma, because I've never talked to her. She passed away before I was old enough to talk. So that's a little more sentimental, but I would probably talk to her and learn maybe like more about my mom and how she was raised and like what life looked like back then. And then maybe also Eminem, because I was raised off of Eminem, and he's from Michigan and he made something from himself. So I think it'd be cool to talk to him. I can just watch his movie, but to actually talk to him would be cool. I don't think I can think of a third person. That's a loaded question, dude.
What would your real estate superpower be? And you can't pick reading minds.
Negotiation. Because how did I get that first deal? No, I'm just kidding. I would say negotiation and communication for sure.
If you could spend one day doing absolutely anything, no rules, no responsibilities, what would that day look like?
Lead generation, but in a room full of millionaires.
Okay.
So they would just all become my new clients.
If you could trade places with someone for 24 hours just for fun, who would it be and why?
This is going to sound crazy, but I would pick either my mentor or my broker.
Okay.
Because they have seen so many situations in real estate that are just like one-off situations that you would have to be through to learn from. I think it would be cool to be them for a day to learn how they do things and how they handle things.
Let's get you back into your modeling world, okay?
Okay.
If every house you sold came with its own runway, what kind of show would you produce? What music, what mood, and what would the message be?
Music would definitely be like rap or hip hop so that the mood could be very, upbeat and outgoing. I would want the message to send like, welcome to your new home. This is your humble abode. Buy it. And yeah, that would basically be. So a nice upbeat mood, messages, this is your new home.
All right, so let's imagine that there's a magazine cover that captures you both as a model and the realtor. Okay. What is the headline and what is the photo we're seeing?
A photo would probably be, me in business attire, posing in like maybe a kitchen. I've done brand shoots in houses like that. And the headline would maybe be, for Halloween, my headline was your favorite home selling sorcerer. So you'd have to give me some time to think.
Okay. What's something in life you still want to accomplish that you haven't checked off yet?
Being a millionaire. Yeah. I feel like everything else that, at least at the time being, there's not anything that I've wanted to do that I haven't done already or that I'm not in the process of doing now.
For anyone hearing about you for the first time, who do you serve and where do you work?
I am your Michigan local realtor at Golden Key Group, and I specialize in Macomb, Oakland, and Wayne counties, but I service all over Michigan, mainly Southeast Michigan.
When someone chooses to work with you, what experience can they expect?
You can expect to be guided through the entire process with strategy, expertise, and care. I always have my client's best interest at heart. I'm going to do my best to make sure that I am providing an educational experience, especially when working with a first-time home buyer, or even if you're buying your 10th, 12th, 13th home, it's always going to be different based on the transaction. So you can expect to be guided through with expertise, strategy, and care.
And if somebody wanted to work with you, how can they find you online?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok at The Realtor Kayla. And you can also contact me at my phone number, my email. I have a website that you can visit as well.
Last question. If someone only knew your title as a real estate agent, they may miss who you truly are. What would you want them to know about you beyond the title?
I'm a very caring and helpful person. It's truly who I am. It's not just what I do. I care a lot. I'm also a cat mom. And I'm just another regular person. I'm a real estate agent, but I'm also a human being just like anybody else.
Perfect. I appreciate you for spending time with us today at Faces of Real Estate.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.